Well, welcome to the town of Ceret. No, that's not a Devil's Bridge over there, but it does have a Devil's Bridge, and from what I can see, it's quite a big one, so that's not it either. Let's take a walk over and have a look. So, there it is, Devil's Bridge number 6 in the town of Ceret. We're back in the Pyrenees, well, the Low Pyrenees. We're not actually going to walk over it now. I'm just going to walk along this adjacent bridge, which they've kindly provided. Sorry for the noise. In order to enjoy the view of the bridge. I wonder where those stairs go. I think they go back to the car park. There's no need to cross these dangerous roads. But yeah, it's quite an enormous bridge actually, this one. It's higher, well, taller, it's wider. Well, not wider, because the footbridge on it. It's got like a central track that was probably for carts and stuff, and tiny little footpaths on each side raised up. But yeah, we'll go and take a look at that. On this bridge that I'm currently walking on, there appears to be floodlights attached. So it's quite possible that we might get a very decent night shot. Kids waving at me. Have to wave back. So yeah, we'll walk into Ceret and have a look. See what this town's all about. The bridge is kind of on the outskirts, but I suppose the whole point of the bridge is to get across that major river valley. I don't recall what the river's called. I should actually start letting you know what the rivers below them are actually called. I must research that. I can do it in post. But which way to go now? That's not the centre of town. We'll head in this way. It's definitely really quiet at the moment. But all these streets are pedestrianised, apart from that one, which would prove me wrong. I think we might try and find a little bar tabac and sit down and plan this evening's coup, seeing as how yesterday's one didn't work out at all. Some nice shops there that we won't be going into. Who has the money? Yeah, so it's another French seasonal winter beer. These beers are only available usually in the run up to Christmas. They don't last too much into the new year. So after that we will take a walk back up. It's about a good 16-17 minutes walk back to the Devil's Bridge. Sorry, I should turn the camera around. 16-17 minutes walk back to the Devil's Bridge, and we'll see if it's illuminated. That's the 6 o'clock bells. Bong. And it depends. Last night in Santa Frique, the manager of a restaurant told me that they turn on the lights at 11 p.m. Now that's quite late, and ultimately they didn't come on at all. So I'm hoping when we walk back up to the Devil's Bridge there'll be some lights on. Yeah, nice little bar that. Yeah, so just taking the walk back up to the van now, back up over the Devil's Bridge and into that little car park. I was also making plans for tomorrow. I have basically used up all my clean clothes. It's time to I throw this on when I'm filming just to keep everything the same, but it's time to hit the lavery tomorrow, and there's one not too far away, so a few little jobs on tomorrow as well. They got their festive Grafton Street style Christmas lights up. Plenty of Christmas trees around. It's a good long walk now back to the van. So I'll meet up with you when I'm going over the Devil's Bridge for the first time. It's a nice little town, Ceret. Does feel fairly Christmassy. I'm trying to figure out now which way I'm going. I know it's like a 15-minute walk. Is it this way? Is it that way? Let's try this way. Two direction. All directions written on the sign there, so one way or the other. I think it leads down to the bridge. Across town, just going to actually take the Devil's Bridge itself over. No lights on it so far. You can see that there's a raised kind of step there. There's one on the far side, you can't see, it's too dark. This probably would have been a track for animals or something in the centre. I didn't bring my flashlight. I'll put on the phone light. Yeah, not much to look at. Fingers crossed they turn on some form of illumination at some time. It's probably still a bit early, it's only 6:30. You can see the traffic bridge. It's not as busy as it was like an hour ago. But oh yeah, there's a stadium over there. There might be a match or something going on. So might just go back to the van, cook a little dinner. I got the ketchup. What I actually found was duck burgers. Never had a duck burger in my life. So gonna pop that cherry this evening. I think I got too much food. Everything was like 2 for 1 on offer. Got these little, they're kind of onion and anchovy tarts. I love them, I fucking love them. But they only did them in a pack of 4. And I was like, I'm not going to eat 4. But now how do we get down? I think it's this way. Wasn't there steps? There is steps. Yeah, and I'm parked just the other side of there, so down the modern metal steps we go. Oh, look at that. It's like a water spout for flooding, prevention, whatever. An easement. No gargoyle on it though. Right, bring it back when we're at the van. Yeah, it would be a pity if they don't. Oh, where's the microphone? Start again. This thing gets caught in everything. 1 sec. Yeah, it's a pity it's not illuminated, but it is early. It's 6:30. Maybe it's just a thing for weekends and festivals and not an everyday thing. Maybe it's, mid-December and get your words out. The municipality has run out of money, so they're saving the lights for the good times. Hope not. The van is reasonably clean. There's my table. Gonna do a bit of dinner, a bit of research later. Tool storage, my armchair, make my bed every day. There's nothing worse than getting into a messy bed. But I want to show you where I parked. So I was parked up there earlier, and then I spotted all these other kind of campers, and I thought, oh, is there a spot? And this little bit, I squeezed the van in slightly. I normally park with the front facing out because quick getaway and all that, but the plan is I've parked here, the edge of the wall, and that provides me with my own terrace because I'm cooking these duck burgers, so I don't know how they're gonna stick. I normally cook anything like meat or anything flavoursome or with spices outside the van, al fresco. And there's a little wall I can put the cooker on. In the meanwhile, I can sit in there. Stepped outside to see how everything was getting on, and I looked over towards the Devil's Bridge, and it looked dark from this side, but it seemed to be a lot of illumination come from the far side. So I was going to go do a recce. I'm exhausted. I did 3 bridges yesterday. 3 bridges in one day. I never imagined I'd do something like that. I always thought I'd spend a day or two at each one, but it's like time off is so short. It's like a panic on to kind of do as much of them as I can. No, I shouldn't. I should just limit myself, and that's how I'll spend my time and go for quality over the quantity. But I couldn't resist, and 2 of them were just Pont Vieux, old bridges of the town. Only one was an actual Devil's Bridge. But then that didn't stop me. That opened my mind, like that little kind of bridge I saw today in the middle of nowhere. I passed, I was like, whoa, what's that? And I stopped, turned around, went back, and it turned out to be really interesting. It was like an 11th or 12th century bridge with flood protection built into the structure, like with those cone-shaped abutments coming out from where the kind of upright support stones were, obviously to dissipate the flow of the water. And I thought, yeah, if they were doing that like 800-900 years ago, what the fuck are we doing now? And it's just, even walking around some of the towns today, I was in Perpignan earlier. Okay, it's nice, but I much prefer the small little kind of mountaintop villages, a lot more character. So that's not bad. It's bigger than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like really small, like Foix or even Olarg. I thought it was going to be that. But when I got in, I was like, wow, no, this is a major big town. It's like Tala. Even has its own square. We'll go there tomorrow because, like I said, I have to do laundry. Yeah. So I am going to put the camera down for a bit because I have to control the drone. And this morning, when I was trying to do the drone over Saint-Afrique, my lefts and my rights and all were all mixed. Like, it's not confusing. After about an hour on the road here, you just get used to driving on the right. And I actually find it more natural than driving on the left. I don't know whether that's because I'm left-handed, so I like, having my hand on the gear stick, steer with the right. And being on the right, for me, just feels a bit more natural. It's kind of like what I said before a few videos ago about how our culture and our writing systems influence how you think, with the Japanese kanji from top to bottom, Arabic right to left, and English left to right, and so forth. It actually has a biological effect on how you think, how you form. So yeah, I struggled today, but it was just tiredness. I met a few locals last night in a cafe in Saint-Afrique, and they took me on a little tour of the town. I put the camera away, obviously, so it wouldn't be right. And I had like 4 or 5 beers. And this morning when I woke up, I was like, oh, back to bed. And then after I filmed that little surprise bridge in the middle of the mountains, I went back to bed again for another hour, so that's all right. Today, it was 260 kilometer drive, but I didn't get here till like 4:30. I just took my time. You can probably see in some of the driving videos that I do, people are past me. Doesn't bother me. I'm not in a rush. So the drone is raring to go. I'm going to put the action cam away. I'll send the drone on a recce, because what I'm thinking is the bridge might be illuminated from the far side. And the reason for that being is the near side, it's only people crossing the modern bridge by car will see it. And there are houses on the northern side. And I imagine it's probably quite an annoyance to have your bedroom lit up all night by a medieval bridge. For me, I'd fucking love it. I'd open the back doors. I'd open the back doors of the van and just stare at it all night. It would be a bit of fun. So, right, if it's successful, that's what you'll see next. Yeah, so the bridge is not illuminated. I've recalled the drone home. Here it is. It's looking for me. Can you find me? Looks like it's gone too far. There, we can watch on the monitor as it tries to come down. Is it coming down? Yeah, but it's taking its bloody time. Oh, here it is. We can hear it. And what it'll do is it'll light up the ground just before it lands. There it goes. Technology, eh? It's great. And as drones go, it's not the loudest. Okay, when it's very quiet out, it's very noticeable. But with traffic and stuff, it's not too bad. Make sure landing is safe before, yeah, go for it. Yeah, there we go. That took a bit longer than I would have liked, because the takeoff and landing are the most conspicuous parts of the operation. But yeah, it's not even warm. This morning in Santa Fe, when it landed, it was warm. These are great little machines. Like, for the price of them and what you get out of them, they're well worth it. I wouldn't mind one with like an amazing camera, like a cine style camera. But look, I'm a hobbyist. This is just my hobby. I got a bit of time off, and this is what I like to do. So power that down. I'll just stick them on the bed for now, because you never know. Ooh, what did I keep? Battery charger. At 9 o'clock or something, they might light up that bridge. It's 20 to 8 now. Probably time to get some food on. Yeah, let's go check on these burgers, maybe give them a flip. I just noticed the battery on my camera is down to 57. Actually, they smell amazing. That's how I like it. Bit of char on top. But you know what? Turn the heat down a bit. I don't want the inside to be undercooked. That would be a fucking disaster. I know how bad undercooked chicken can be. Undercooked duck might end up waking up with a quack in the morning. Alright. Yeah, we take the buns out and give them a bit of a toast. Such a fucking long jump from this van. Okay. Buns down there. How are these getting on? We're nearly there. Yeah, give them a blast. Blast them for a sec. Full blast. I'll put the burgers, well, the duckers on the plate. Put the buns in the pan. That's a plan. It's a surprisingly beautiful day here in Ceret. I'm gonna get up and over the Devil's Bridge, take a walk into town, and try and find a good spot to set the tripod up. Get a couple of photos from the far side where it's sunny. I did find on the maps down by the pump station there's an access in, and it's kind of over the way where we're going this evening. So what a stunning day. Pretty decent view of the Pyrenees there. Back onto the Devil's Bridge. Yeah, that's a little pumping station down there, and there's a path up to it. You can't drive, but I'll walk to it later. There's nowhere else really to get access. There's no way down to the river there to kind of film up or shoot up. But yeah, we'll take a little wander into town. That is unreal. Yeah, if I could get into one of those gardens, it'd be fantastic. Any public access? No, it's gated. And any further away, it just wouldn't be realistic. What What a lovely, and it's so cold in the van. Van is parked over there under those trees, and I could see my breath in front of me, and there's condensation on the walls. So I'm gonna have to air the van out later, but I'll do that when I'm looking after the other things I have to do. Yeah, glasses back on. Apparently I've only got 13 minutes of memory left on this card. I can't believe it. Must have shot 2 hours. So I'll keep this short until we find somewhere to set up. Actually, there's the pumping station. That would be ideal. Right, we'll be heading there shortly. Well, the sun is shining. It's t-shirt weather. Wouldn't believe this now this morning when I got up and I could see my own breath. Now I have to walk to where I'm going because I was going to drive down this road and I seen these signs. So yeah, I just parked up at the Intermarché there. I've already done a good bit walking this morning, so another kilometre or so won't hurt. I'll pick you back up when I get down to a decent view of the bridge. Oh, it is actually miles away. I can see the town. Can't see the bridge. Okay. This one has been the hardest one to get to. Look, the bloody grass is up over me. And I don't think anybody's been through here in a while. I'm covered in these little fucking pins. I don't know if these are people tracks or animal fucking tracks. But we'll get there. Oh, change of direction, is it? No, straight ahead. Well, I made it to this little open spot. That was atrocious. And what I've just realised is, see those power line, those cables? Like there's a path, I think, just on the far side of this hill that I could have walked down, but it was, the sign said private land, no access. And I had to struggle through that for the last half hour when I could have just walked down that in, 8 or 10 minutes. But this could be the spot. Unless I can get up onto the road and get closer. But once you're with a bridge that big, if you get too close, you lose all sort of perspective. So at least down here, I can lash on the 150. I didn't bring the 80 because it doesn't really register on the Bronica, which is a shame because that leaves me with a 40, a 50 and a 150, with a massive gap in between the 50 and the 150. So yeah, I think that bit of brown rock, if it is rock, I don't know, mud, that'll do. What an absolute stunning day. So I got the Bronica set up with the 50 and I'm happy with it. That's our view. I wanted to kind of do a long exposure and get some of that water flowing, but I didn't bring any diopters or filters down with me, so that won't happen. I mean, I could stay until the evening, but the thoughts of walking down that path again, I am going to try and escape up onto the road. I know you shouldn't, but I'd say it'd be beautiful at sunset as well, so let's give this a go. 1 second. She's all good. There we go. Yeah, I might take a couple more from different spots, different angles. See how we go. Yeah, so I just got down on my belly on a rock out in the river to get this angle. I always like low water angles. I did a good one in a cave in Slovenia in 2019. So I'll try and replicate it here. It won't be a long exposure though, because it's so bright. The other thing is I won't have any digital images because although I brought the Sony A7 down, I did not bring the lens adapter with me. What was I thinking? I mean, the backpack was very full already, so yeah, I wouldn't have fit it in, but I could have just carried it. So I'll get up off this rock. It's kind of surrounded on 3 sides by water. It's kind of mud. It's actually not rock. Look, that's clay. So yeah, options are walk back to Intermarché, walk back to Intermarché, retrieve the lens adapter, walk back down. Or risk driving a little bit of the way down. I mean, there's signs everywhere and it says they're going to lock the gates at, I think, 6. It's only 12 now. Would be nice to get some kind of low light shots of the bridge, because midday the sun is just beaming right on it. Yeah, it's very two-dimensional. But I'm just going to sit here, chill out on the beach, have my little beer, walk back up and then decide what I'm going to do. Because where I'm camping tonight, the drive-in's not going to be too easy, so I don't want to be doing that in the dark. But then again, I came all this way. So far on the odometer of the transit, I think I've done 1,400 and something kilometers in 10 days or 9 days. Some good going. So yeah, after this I'll try and find that path and get back the easy way. Where's my mind today? One last thing, get that drone up in the sky.